Welcome back to Malice and Mystery, where we explore the mysterious, the unexplained, and the downright chilling. From haunted castles to cursed islands, we dive deep into the world's most spine-tingling tales. If you're fascinated by history, mystery, and a touch of the supernatural, you're in the right place. Hit that subscribe button and join us on this journey into the unknown, because some stories are just too strange not to share. The allure of the unseen, exploring Earth's most haunted realms. In the shadowy corners of our world, where reality blurs with the supernatural, certain locations have earned their place in the annals of haunted history. These are not mere tourist attractions or historical sites. They are portals to another realm, where the veil between worlds grows thin and the past refuses to stay buried. From ancient castles echoing with centuries-old tragedies to modern urban legends born from industrial ruins, these places defy explanation and challenge our understanding of life, death, and what lies beyond. Haunted locations transcend cultural and geographical boundaries, weaving a tapestry of spectral encounters that have captivated human imagination for generations. Each site carries its own unique signature of paranormal activity. Disembodied voices whispering through empty corridors. Ghostly apparitions gliding through walls as if bound by memories rather than matter. The consistency of these reports, spanning decades or even centuries, suggests something more profound than coincidence or collective hallucination. These locations bridge the gap between our ordinary existence and the mysterious unknown, serving as tangible touchstones to phenomena that science struggles to explain. They create spaces where believers and skeptics alike confront questions about consciousness, mortality, and the nature of reality. From chilling temperature drops accompanying spirit manifestations to unexplained electromagnetic disturbances linked to poltergeist activity, these phenomena demand attention and investigation. Each haunted location tells a story, often one of tragedy, injustice, or unresolved conflict. These narratives intertwine with the fabric of the place itself, suggesting that the strongest hauntings emerge from deep emotional resonance. Whether it's an abandoned asylum where patients suffered inhumane treatments, a battlefield where thousands met untimely deaths, or a grand hotel steeped in countless dramas each space holds, the accumulated energy of human experience seemingly refusing to fade with time. As we explore these haunted realms, we confront not only potential evidence of life after death, but also fundamental questions about human perception and consciousness. Are these places truly haunted by spirits, or do they represent something more complex, quantum entanglement with past events, or a manifestation of the collective unconscious? Whatever the explanation, these locations continue to draw investigators, thrill seekers, and curious minds, all united by the desire to understand what lies beyond our conventional reality. The Tower of Screams, Edinburgh Castle's ghostly gauntlet. Perched atop Castle Rock, Edinburgh Castle is both a majestic fortress and a labyrinth of spectral terror. Its ancient stones bearing witness to nearly 9 centuries of violent history. The infamous Stone of Destiny, a focal point of paranormal activity, is said to warp time and blur dimensions. Investigators have documented eerie phenomena, such as the phantom piper, distant bagpipe music echoing through empty halls, believed to emanate from forgotten medieval tunnels beneath the castle. The dungeons, where prisoners endured unimaginable tortures, are a hotspot for disturbing manifestations. Shadowy figures pace the walls, captured on security footage, while thermal imaging reveals inexplicable cold spots defying natural air currents. Maintenance staff report tools moving on their own and equipment malfunctions near the executioner's block, with one worker claiming to have seen a headless figure swaying beside it before it vanished, leaving a sulfuric odor. The royal apartments, once home to King James IV, are another active area. Visitors and staff have experienced time slips, briefly finding themselves surrounded by 16th century courtiers, before snapping back to the present. Psychics attribute these events to emotional residue trapped in the castle's walls. A frequent apparition is a crying boy in period clothing, believed to be one of several royal children who died there. Scientific investigations add to the mystery. Electromagnetic field meters detect unusual fluctuations, especially during full moons. Researchers from the University of Edinburgh found patterns of ionized particles corresponding to ghost sightings, suggesting the castle's quartz-rich foundation may act as an environmental recorder, capturing and replaying past events. Night watchmen report intelligent hauntings, with entities seemingly interacting with the living. Guards have been pushed downstairs, had flashlights manipulated, and witnessed doors opening and closing on their own, particularly during storms. Some believe these are residual instincts of warrior spirits still guarding the castle. Modern technology deepens the intrigue. Thermal cameras capture human-shaped heat signatures that dissolve into mist, while voice recorders pick up whispers in archaic languages. Psychic mediums describe overlapping timelines, with their accounts aligning closely with historical records, suggesting these apparitions may be authentic echoes of the past rather than mere imagination. The eternal flames of Bhangarh Fort, India's cursed citadel. Nestled in the rugged hills of Rajasthan, Bhangarh Fort is India's most infamous haunted site. Its crumbling walls steeped in a tale of forbidden love and supernatural vengeance that has captivated imaginations for centuries. Legend has it that in the 17th century, Princess Ratnavati, famed for her beauty, rejected the advances of a dark sorcerer named Singya. Enraged, Singya cast a powerful curse that doomed the entire kingdom. The emperor, punishing this act of black magic, sealed the fort's gates forever, leaving its inhabitants to wander as restless spirits. The fort's paranormal activity centers on 3 key locations: the princess's palace, the sorcerer's cave, and the ancient marketplace. Visitors often report glowing orbs hovering above the princess's quarters, believed to be Ratnavati's spirits searching for peace. These lights sometimes form patterns resembling traditional Indian jewelry, especially during the full moon when her tragic fate is said to have unfolded. Locals claim to hear laughter and music from the marketplace, accompanied by the scent of sandalwood incense, as if ghostly vendors continue their trade beyond death. Archaeological digs have unearthed eerie artifacts supporting the fort's supernatural lore. Beneath the sorcerer's cave, underground chambers revealed ancient manuscripts in an unknown script and human bones arranged in geometric patterns, hinting at occult rituals. Carbon dating shows these remains span centuries, suggesting ongoing occult activity. Many skeletons show signs of extreme stress, aligning with tales of victims trapped in eternal agony. Scientific studies add to the mystery. Geologists detected unusual magnetic fluctuations and higher radiation levels in areas linked to hauntings, particularly near the Sorcerer's Cave. Researchers from the Indian Institute of Technology found dense metallic substances in underground cavities, matching local beliefs that Singya created a magical barrier to contain his dark powers. The psychological effects on visitors are striking. Many experience panic attacks, disorientation, or memory loss after approaching the fort after sunset. Psychologists studying these cases noted abnormal brainwave activity, with rapid shifts between alpha and delta states, akin to deep meditation or sleep paralysis. These symptoms often linger for weeks, with some reporting nightmares of shadowy figures speaking ancient languages. To protect visitors, authorities enforce a strict ban on entry between sunset and sunrise. This follows incidents of trespassers found disoriented outside the fort, unable to recall how they got there. Surveillance cameras have captured strange distortions, including people appearing to move backward or vanish. Sound recordings reveal subsonic frequencies matching ancient Indian musical scales tied to tantric rituals, though no visible source exists. The most chilling accounts involve the Blue Lady, believed to be Princess Ratnavati's vengeful spirit. Witnesses describe a translucent figure in traditional Rajasthani attire, her eyes glowing with an eerie light. Encounters evoke overwhelming sadness and chest pressure, often accompanied by sudden temperature drops and the sound of bells. Attempts to photograph or film her result in equipment failures or blank images, deepening the enigma of Bhangarh's haunted legacy. The Island of Lost Souls, Poveglia's plague pit. Rising from the Venetian lagoon like a specter of forgotten horrors, Poveglia Island stands as perhaps humanity's darkest testament to systematic suffering and mass death. Between 1793 and 1814, over 160,000 plague victims were forcibly quarantined here, their bodies dumped into massive pits that now form the island's very foundation. The air itself seems heavy with the weight of their collective anguish, carrying whispers of Italian prayers and anguished cries that drift across the water. Locals refuse to fish near the island, claiming their nets bring up nothing but bones and fragments of rusted medical instruments, relics of the island's macabre past. During World War II, the Italian government transformed Poveglia into a psychiatric hospital, adding another layer of tragedy to its already tortured history. Under the direction of Dr. Giuseppe Mazzini, patients underwent experimental treatments that bordered on torture. Surviving medical records detail procedures involving crude lobotomies performed with construction tools, and isolation cells where patients were left to starve while subjected to constant loud banging noises designed to cure them of their mental conditions. The most infamous case involved patient Maria Lombardi, whose screams reportedly grew so intense that nearby residents on the mainland could hear them across the lagoon. Her final recorded words, "Loro non sono morti, loro guardano," became prophetic when she disappeared under mysterious circumstances. Paranormal investigators visiting Poveglia report consistent patterns of extreme electromagnetic interference, particularly around the old hospital buildings. EMF meters spike unpredictably, often accompanied by the smell of burning flesh and medicinal chemicals. Multiple research teams have documented instances where electronic equipment fails completely upon entering certain areas of the island, particularly near the mass graves. Thermal imaging cameras have captured what appear to be human figures standing in these zones, their forms distorted as if viewed through heat waves. These apparitions often match descriptions of plague victims and mental patients from historical photographs, right down to their period-specific clothing and visible injuries. The island's soil itself seems to possess unusual properties. Agricultural experts attempting to analyze plant growth patterns discovered that vegetation exhibits accelerated decay rates, with leaves turning black and crumbling within hours of sprouting. Soil samples sent to laboratories revealed abnormally high concentrations of human DNA mixed with trace elements of mercury and arsenic, chemicals commonly used in 18th century medical treatments. More disturbingly, microscopic examination showed cellular structures that appeared to be neither fully human nor plant-based, leading some researchers to speculate about possible biological mutations caused by centuries of concentrated death and disease. Local fishermen tell of strange lights hovering above the island at night, sometimes forming patterns that resemble human faces in agony. These lights often move erratically before plunging into the lagoon, creating ripples that spread unnaturally far across the water's surface. Boaters report their compasses spinning wildly when approaching the island, while GPS systems display incorrect coordinates that place Poveglia miles away from its actual location. The Venice Port Authority maintains a strict exclusion zone around the island, citing numerous incidents where vessels experienced engine failures and crew members reported seeing ghostly figures walking on the water's surface. Perhaps most unsettling are the audio recordings collected from the island. Using specialized equipment, researchers have captured what sound like multiple voices speaking simultaneously in archaic Italian dialects, discussing symptoms of the plague and begging for mercy. These recordings contain background noises that match the distinctive clanging of quarantine bells used during the epidemic period. Psychoacoustic analysis reveals frequency patterns that correspond to known human distress signals. Yet, when played back to listeners, these sounds induce physical symptoms such as nausea, vertigo, and intense anxiety. Some researchers believe these phenomena represent not individual ghosts, but rather a collective consciousness formed from the sheer volume of suffering concentrated in one location. The quantum veil, bridging science and spectral realms. The convergence of scientific inquiry and paranormal investigation has begun to unravel the mysteries surrounding these haunted locations, revealing patterns that challenge our fundamental understanding of reality. At the intersection of quantum mechanics and consciousness studies, researchers have identified correlations between reported hauntings and measurable physical phenomena that suggest a deeper, more complex relationship between the material world and what we perceive as supernatural. Advanced spectroscopic analysis conducted at sites like Edinburgh, Castle, and Bhangarh Fort has detected unusual concentrations of tachyon particles, theoretical particles that move faster than light, particularly during peak paranormal activity periods. These findings lend credence to the hypothesis that some haunted locations might exist at points where space-time becomes locally unstable, creating temporary portals between dimensions. Neuroscientific studies of individuals experiencing paranormal phenomena have produced groundbreaking insights into human perception and consciousness. Functional MRI scans of witnesses during ghost sightings show activation patterns in the brain as temporal lobe that mirror those observed during controlled religious experiences and near-death episodes. However, unlike these other states, paranormal encounters trigger additional activity in the brain's default mode network, suggesting the mind is processing information from both internal and external sources simultaneously. This dual processing state appears particularly pronounced in locations with documented histories of trauma or violence, indicating that extreme emotional events might leave lasting imprints on both physical space and human consciousness. Recent developments in quantum field theory offer provocative explanations for some of the most puzzling aspects of haunted locations. The discovery of Bose-Einstein condensates in mineral deposits beneath sites, like Poveglia Island and the Winchester Mystery House, suggests these locations might function as natural quantum computers, capable of storing and processing vast amounts of information in ways that transcend traditional notions of time and space. This theory aligns with observations of time-slip phenomena, where witnesses report experiencing events from different historical periods simultaneously. Researchers have documented cases where multiple independent observers, separated by significant distances, report identical experiences at these sites, suggesting the possibility of shared consciousness fields generated by the unique geological and energetic properties of these locations. Environmental scientists have identified another crucial factor in understanding haunted phenomena: the role of specific mineral compositions and their interaction with electromagnetic fields. Analysis of soil and rock samples from numerous haunted sites reveals unusually high concentrations of quartz and other piezoelectric materials. These substances generate electric charges in response to mechanical stress, potentially creating localized electromagnetic fields that could influence both technological equipment and human nervous systems. This explains many of the reported equipment malfunctions and physiological effects experienced at haunted locations. Moreover, the presence of rare earth elements in these mineral formations might contribute to the unusual radiation patterns detected at these sites, providing a physical basis for some paranormal phenomena. The integration of artificial intelligence and machine learning into paranormal research has opened new avenues for understanding these phenomena. Neural networks trained on vast data sets of paranormal reports can now identify previously unrecognized patterns and correlations between different types of hauntings. For instance, AI analysis has revealed that certain combinations of environmental factors, including lunar cycles, geomagnetic activity, and atmospheric pressure changes, correlate strongly with increased paranormal activity across multiple locations worldwide. These patterns suggest that haunted phenomena might represent emergent properties arising from complex interactions between natural forces and human consciousness, rather than discrete supernatural events. Perhaps most significantly, recent breakthroughs in quantum entanglement research have provided a potential framework for understanding how information might persist across time and space at haunted locations. Experiments demonstrating spooky action at a distance between entangled particles suggest that the past, present, and future might exist simultaneously in certain quantum states. This could explain why some haunted sites seem to maintain connections to specific historical periods, or why multiple witnesses might experience identical phenomena, despite being physically separated. The concept of quantum decoherence offers additional insights into why certain locations might retain imprints of past events. With the local environment acting as a kind of quantum memory storage system that occasionally replays stored information under specific conditions. These scientific advances have fundamentally transformed our approach to investigating haunted locations, moving beyond simple documentation of phenomena to developing comprehensive models that integrate physics, neuroscience, and environmental science. Researchers now employ sophisticated sensor arrays combining EMF detectors, spectrometers, and quantum field monitors to create detailed maps of haunted sites' energetic signatures. These multidimensional profiles reveal complex relationships between geological features, historical events, and reported paranormal activity, suggesting that haunted phenomena might represent intersections of multiple natural forces rather than purely supernatural occurrences. As our understanding of these relationships deepens, we move closer to bridging the gap between scientific explanation and the enduring mysteries of the paranormal world. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed uncovering these eerie mysteries with us, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more adventures into the paranormal. What should we investigate next? Let us know in the comments below. Till then, keep your curiosity alive and maybe leave a light on tonight. You never know what might be lurking in the shadows.